my name is MrCaproni, and today I'm going to show you which type of calculator you should use for the ACT. They're extremely vague on their website, so I'm going to go through what it is they say, but also give you guys my personal recommendations. Now, if any of this information is useful, please click the like button. It helps me out, and it costs you absolutely nothing. So with that said, let's dive right into what they're saying on the ACT's website. First off, they say that you got to have your own calculator. You got to make sure that your calculator is allowed to be used. You got to make sure that you got batteries for it and backups if you need it. In other words, they're making it very clear that if anything goes wrong with your calculator, it's not their fault, it's yours. We see you, ACT. We see you. From there, they actually tell you what you're not allowed to have instead of what you are allowed to have. So they tell you you're not allowed to have a CAS calculator. That means computer algebra system. Basically, those calculators are capable of solving algebraic equations without the user knowing anything about them. For obvious reasons, they can't have a student using this on the ACT. Now, most calculators will have a version of the calculator that is CAS and not CS, as you see right here. Now, if you see anything in the corner of a calculator that says CAS, just make sure you don't use those type of calculators. The rest of the prohibited section pretty much includes anything that's not a calculator. So a tablet, a laptop, a cell phone.
No cell phones, ever.
Or anything that has a keyboard with QWERTY on it. Outside of those things, you're pretty much good to go. It does talk about certain modifications. For example, if your calculator does save things, you need to wipe that off before the test. Don't have any paper tape on your calculator in any way, shape, or form. If you have a data port, cover it up with a piece of duct tape. And lastly, if you have any power cords or anything, remove those. But otherwise, they leave it pretty wide open. It just has to be a graphing calculator, for function, whatever, which opens the doors for tons of calculators, which is why in this next part here, I'm going to tell you which ones I recommend and why. Number one, you really can't go wrong with the TI 83 or 84 or any variant of those. So the 84 Plus, the 84 Silver, any of those. The reason being is these are kind of like the OGs of the calculator for this test. A ton of students use these, and to be completely honest, it's going to be the calculator that your student's teacher is going to be most familiar with. A lot of teachers know the TI 84 in and out. Now, you can either get the big fat clunky one or you can get the newer edition that looks a little bit more slimmed down like this, but you never really can go wrong with the TI 84. But I'm going to say my personal favorite is the TI Inspire CX. Now make sure you get the CX, not the CAS, because as we talked about, you can't use CAS calculators. The reason I like this one better than the 84 is because it works almost exactly like an 84, but all of their menu options are in a new user interface that allows students to easily navigate through things. And when they ask for certain inputs on what to put into the calculator, it usually tells the student what to put in instead of them having to memorize a lot of the stuff like they had to do in the 83 or the 84. All around, it's just not as clunky, yet it's still as recognizable and easy to use. Now, you could be asking, MrCaproni, you're not going to offer any calculators that are not TI, Texas Instrument. What are you, a little fanboy? To be honest, the reason that I'm not going to offer any other calculators is because I personally don't know them well, and more than likely your student's teacher isn't going to know them well either. And I don't want you to invest in a calculator that you don't fully know how to use and you're not able to ask anyone easily how to use it. So for that reason, I am going to stick with TI. I could go down the rabbit hole of how TI has a monopoly on calculators and they upcharge them and all that. I get it. But that's for a whole nother video. For right now, this is my recommendation, and that's what I'm sticking with. With that said, we're going to call it a day. So again, if you got any useful information out of this video, go ahead and click the like button. That helps me out. And remember, I'm going to be teaching an ACT math prep course on my YouTube channel all year long, putting in new videos every week. So if you're interested in any of that at all, go ahead and hit subscribe and you'll see every time that a new video pops up. So again, thanks for joining me today. I'm going to include all the links below for any of the calculators I recommended, and I hope you guys got what you needed out of this video. See you later.